What's going on, Blurs, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy, the Sensei of the Syndicate, and I'm here today. We got a wonderful show with us here, and we got some new people here as well. KB, what's going on?
What up? What up? Hold on. I'm trying to get my headset to work. Hold on. Can y'all hear
Okay,
me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Let's see.
Okay, well, she coming back. So we got new people, and we're doing big things around here. So today we are talking about the we're having fun, man. We're having. Hold on. Can you hear
Yeah,
us now?
I can, but my headset's not gonna work. It's cool.
Okay, so today we're just talking about we had a tournament episode last week where we made some selections. Today we are going to go ahead and put that selection to the test and see who is actually going to be that tournament king for this time. So before then, of course, we do our introductions. 1/3 of the things people don't say podcast. My husky Hokage himself, Marcus. How you doing today?
Hey man, I am doing great. We're gonna hope this internet stay on with this wind blowing like this, but I am here as of right now. But how about yourself?
man, making it through the day. Like our wind isn't blowing as bad, but we got something going here. It's not even starting to rain yet, so I was just like, come on. It's not even raining.
You're talking about tornado damage and the wind blowing like it's trying to pick up the house.
Oh man. So KB, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Don't do that. We're not in school.
You gotta do it, man, because the people don't know you. But they're gonna love you anyway.
I mean, like, ask me questions. I hate that question.
Okay. So what are you nerdy about?
Marvel, MCU, and comics. Space. I'm very much a space nerd. Anime. Sorry, my dog he's decided that his tail wants to join the podcast.
Hey, okay.
So yeah, that's about it. And art. I nerd out about art.
Dope. So what's your dog's name? Because your dog's name is definitely nerdy as well.
I have two. So this is Eros. The Eternal. And then down here, this guy is Thanos, the Titan.
That is dope. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna show everybody the let's see here. I'm gonna show everybody the tournament here, and then we're gonna get everybody's opinion about it. So the first matchup that we got. Let's see here. We got Spongebob versus Dexter's Lab. So how do y'all feel about? I'm not a big fan of Spongebob. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't like him.
I don't either.
SpongeBob's all right, man. You just have to be, I guess, in the right. The right time to watch SpongeBob. I can't watch SpongeBob all the time, but he makes me get anyway. But in this situation, for me, I like SpongeBob, but hands down, it's Dexter's Lab for me. Like it's the Dexter's Lab is an iconic show. Like just the whole, like just you can't like. I love Dexter's Lab. Dexter's Lab for me.
Same. SpongeBob makes for fantastic memes, but beyond that, it's Dexter. Like I don't understand anyone wanting to debate that. You're either born like you might have just came out of diapers, or you just have bad taste.
2010s or later, you probably would choose SpongeBob, but yeah. I would say you choosing SpongeBob. I'm about to hit the SpongeBob meme. Like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
So I mean that was pretty cut and dry. Next one is Spiderman the animated series versus Samurai Jack. I didn't choose him like that.
I know like that. See, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you this time. Jack is dope, bro. He's voiced by Phil.
Give me Spider-Man.
But I was saying Jack is dope. But come on, man, it's Spider-Man.
Right. It's hard, but it's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
And also for the people who are watching, who are going to watch as well, y'all are more than welcome to comment below. Tell us what you think. If we got it wrong, tell us. Let us know so that we can be able to debate this with you. Because I'm all about the BS. I mean, if you haven't been able to watch it with us, like I like stirring the pot a little bit.
Very much so.
So the next one that we have, because we got a couple of them we got to get through. All right, Scooby-Doo versus the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, which Scooby-Doo and which Ninja Turtles? That matters.
So which one do y'all want to go to?
If we're going original, it's Ninja Turtles. But if you're putting original Scooby-Doo versus any of like the Ninja Turtles after the 90s, I'm going with Scooby.
What? I'm sorry. Even if okay, so I love Scooby-Doo. However, I'm still taking any iteration of the Turtles over Scooby. And I say that, like I said, a lot of people sleep on the I think it's the late 90s, 2000, like the early 90s, 80s. That's classic. But the ones where they were a little bit more serious with the 99, 2000, like the 2000, that one, and then the one they had on Nickelodeon where they were like the 20 teens. I even take that one. That one was actually pretty good. The turtle iterations, like the only turtle iteration I haven't seen is the newer one, where I think where Raphael was supposed to be the leader. But all the turtle iterations have been really good to me. But I'm taking the turtles on this one over Scooby.
See, so here's the thing. So I would take Scooby. Nah, see, I'm too much of a Ninja Turtles fan. Like I had all the Ninja Turtles, bro. I could not. I thought about it and I was like, I'm a Scooby-Doo. Like Scooby-Doo was on because Cartoon Network was on, but like I actively went to go look for Ninja Turtles, especially like the any iteration. Honestly, besides the first one, I mean, it's a toss up for that one, but like the 2000s one, the one that they had like they were like CGI, I could get down with because they had some really good fighting scenes.
Yes, they did. But like I said, I'm with you. Scooby is dope, and I love Scooby. You can't get enough of it. But
so storyline, I do like the Turtles better. It was the art style I couldn't get with on a lot of the Ninja Turtles afterwards. It was just too like blocky looking for me to really like. It kept taking me out of the story. So that's why I preferred Scooby-Doo, because at least for the most part, their art style stayed consistent and the lines were like smooth and blended. Sometimes the turtles looked like they were drawn after puppets, and I just wasn't feeling it.
I can respect that.
I can understand it.
So what is your favorite Scooby-Doo, and then what's your favorite Ninja Turtles?
A pup named Scooby-Doo is actually my favorite.
Let's go. I knew we were friends for a reason. I
knew she was going to say that. I told you. What did I say last week? The outro and the intro of Pup Named Scooby-Doo slaps.
Every monster had like their own little theme song. Like, come on. You gotta respect it. They were giving you Teen Titans Go musicals before Teen Titans Go was even like a concept.
They had breakdown sessions, like they had dance break sessions.
Exactly. Ninja Turtles is definitely like the 80s, 90s transition. Like that, we had that on Laserdisc to tell you how old I am. And that I love that cartoon. Like, love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go maybe on like Pup Named Scooby-Doo. Definitely. And since I started out watching, because that's when I used to have, I had the Burger King tapes. That's how old I am. Of the Teenage Mutant Turtles, I had the Burger King. I had the tapes, like the Burger King tapes of the Teenage Mutant Turtles of the first one, like the 80-90 version. We can go with that one, even though I'll say the mid to, I think the first 2000 was, or late 90s 2000 was, is a really close second. It's really good. even because it got a little dark. But yeah,
Cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the early 2000s one because they were really really dark.
yeah,
Then they also like Shredder was piecing up a lot of those turtles like, and there was everybody caught hands.
oh yes,
He was an equal opportunity. Shredder played no games.
yeah.
And then I think definitely a pup named Scooby Doo. I did the Velma dance the last time because the Velma dance was like, you know what I mean? She was getting it. Uh, so definitely that was my favorite Scooby Doo though. Um, so that was, let's see, so that was really really good. So what did we decide? Ninja Turtles going forward?
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles, okay. So the next one that we have is Young Justice versus the Thundercats. Now, this is another one where you have the two iterations of the Thundercats. So, which one do you guys like the most? Because the 2011 one, to me, it slapped. Like it was really good
I'm with
but
you.
because I didn't understand why I didn't get a second season, but I do understand because Cartoon Network was in a transition from going to like serious cartoons to like silly ones. That's when they
Hmm.
started to do stuff. That's when they got rid of Young Justice the first time, and then also what else did they do? And then they went to Teen Titans Go. That made me so upset. I I hate Teen Titans Go.
I'm gonna say this. I am I'm not a big fan of Teen Titans Go. I know my sons watch it from time to time, but me personally, I am not a big fan of Teen Titans. And I understand it's not aimed at me. It's not for me. It's for for the younger generation. But they canceled Teen Titans, which was once again, I know it wasn't aimed at me, but it was a good show, good series for
Mm-hmm.
Go. And for the life of me, I that's part of the reason why I won't give Go a chance is for the simple fact they canceled the regular Teen
Exactly.
Titans for
I
that.
was like, forget them. I
Yeah,
was like,
but
forget
yes,
Teen Titans Go.
yes,
Even though they do have some fire songs. No
yeah,
lie, they do have some great
yeah,
songs, but like it's not very good. It's not very good to like compared to what they were doing. And then especially when we saw what they did on Young Justice when they brought it back on the WB or not WB
hmm
on the HBO
well,
thing
it
that
was
they had DC Universe where they
DC
brought it
Universe and
back.
HBO. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that then after that I was like, let's go. But then I was upset again because like we had that. But the Go Teen
yes,
Titans, go Teen Titans.
yeah, and like you said as well, the 2011 version of Thundercats was really really good, really good. Once again, I hate they didn't get a second. Hate they didn't get a second season or a continuation because the story, like they were, it was really good. I actually went back and I just recently went back and watched that, like maybe a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Thundercats, both
Mm-hmm.
iterations, the original one and the 2011 version.
KB, what about you?
This one, it could go either way for me. I'm gonna be honest, like this is a flip a coin situation for me because it solely depends on my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I I'm not a huge DC fan,
Hmm.
but Young Justice to me was actually really good, and I was surprised by the fact that I liked it.
Okay.
Whereas Thundercats, of course, we're all 80s and 90s babies here, so we love a good nostalgia remake if done right. And the 2011 Thundercats definitely hit that vibe for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys, I was like, where is season two? Why would you not give me this? Like,
Exactly.
why do you hate me? Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, like it really is just dependent upon, is the sun shining today or is it raining? That's which one I'm gonna watch. Like it's
Yeah,
so I'm not mad either way. I'll let you guys go ahead and work that one out, or I can just grab a quarter.
All right.
All
So,
right, so
Marcus, what you
Marcus, what
got?
you got?
oh
Oh
man,
man,
I am going. I won't go younger. I mean, I'm not younger. Young Justice on this one. I will say, if Netflix, if you're watching or listening, I need for y'all to go pick up and give us a second season, or even hell, I'll take it if you just remake it. Give us a new iteration of the Thundercats, like what y'all did for Voltron. Y'all could do for the Thundercats.
I agree. So which one did you go for again? I'm sorry.
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Young Justice too, man. Just because like Young Justice has like they had really good storylines, and then like the way that you know they had like that mystery or that suspense where it was like who's like the mole, especially in the first season, who was the mole, and they were all suspecting one another, and they had to come together to really kind of make it happen. You couldn't really beat that one. So that one, that's what kind of did it for me. That and the fact that Superman was a punk, man. Like we knew the kid wasn't yours. Like you could at least help Superboy out a little bit, man. He was like, oh, Superboy's here. Well, I gotta go. and then he just dipped out. I was like, man, come on. All he's looking for is a little love, man. Just a little bit.
I will say this. Also, Young Justice isn't afraid to get, like I said, it's not garnered or it's not aimed at kids. You know, it's not. It's more so for a little, people, of the older generation, teenagers, stuff like that. Like, so I like the fact that it's an angle that's necessarily an adult cartoon, but it's not aimed at, like your Saturday morning cartoon type. It's something that's got, for a little bit more of a mature audience, and that's gonna put it over the edge for the simple fact.
Yep. So I guess what we're saying is Young Justice kind of goes from this point.
Question: what is, because I gotta go watch the rest of Young Justice, but isn't that where I think Livewire tries to do something to Black Lightning? She was like, and he was like, you never felt Black Lightning before, or something like that.
Yeah. What happens? They're fighting amongst them, like, and then she's like, I'm Livewire. I'm like, got lightning myself, and he was like, you ain't never had this Black Lightning, and it was just like,
see,
oh,
look
okay.
at that sexual innuendos in the show. Look at it.
Yeah, man, but they get down on the show, like,
oh yeah,
and that's the one thing that makes it different. Like they have those innuendos, but in the same instance, like I think it's made for like a teenage audience. And then one of these times, and I just kind of thought about it because like how anime has different like ages and different things that you can be able to catch the vibe on. Like this one was definitely like a young adult to an adult show. And they were using characters that because I think they saw that Teen Titans was really, really good. And they're like, what if we put more drama into it and had better fighting scenes, especially because at the time, I think Bruce Timm, he was the one that did like Batman, the animated series. He was still kind of helming those kind of shows. So, so that's where I think made the difference from that point. I'm just writing down where we are right now so that I don't forget where we are. But so the next one, I got fancy on you guys towards the end after I finally put this stuff up. So the next one that we got, X-Men versus Phineas and Ferb. Yeah. KB, you looked so distraught. What's on your mind?
So I'm mad that you're gonna make me do Phineas and Ferb dirty like this because I love that cartoon.
I'm with you
all the way. Like that is my favorite Marvel. Like it's my favorite of all their animated things that they've done, including any of the new stuff. Like I'm sorry, it is the intro slaps. And the storylines, like even for a kid, because it was animated for kids, but those storylines were not for children.
Nope.
Like they had love triangles, and man, that show was real grown up. It was like Young and the Restless, but for kids.
Yes.
So who are you going for? So you're saying no Phineas and Ferb?
No Phineas and Ferb. And I love Phineas and Ferb. I love that cartoon to death. But nope. X-Men wins hands down, landslide.
All right, Marcus, what about you?
I just what KB was just saying, like it's a meme, like of Wolverine laying in bed holding that picture frame, like. So like you said, it is, and like KB just said, I love Phineas and Ferb. Like I would sit there, grown man, I would sit there and watch Phineas and Ferb all day, and. As much as I love Phineas and Ferb, I cannot put them over X-Men. X-Men was once again an iconic show, iconic cartoon for its time. Like I remember, like you said, the theme song. Like, come on, like that right there. And for people who were reading the comics, you got to see some of your favorites on TV. Like you got to sit there and watch it. So that like just overall, man, X-Men. It's X-Men hands down.
Well, I'm gonna agree with y'all because like you can't really beat X-Men, not in this round. I'm gonna say that because you know what I mean. Because the love triangle was serious. Like I remember one time Wolverine got himself hurt in the danger room. He was like, "It's nothing compared to the hurt that you put me through, Gene." And I was like, "Bruh, he was hurt." He just got beat up by 17 machines. They stomped him out, and he's still like, "Listen, it ain't got nothing to do with it. It's not the same kind of hurt. Not the same kind of hurt." So, it definitely wasn't a kid show, but there a lot of those had like different layers of them. So then you got to appreciate them at different times when you were younger and when you got older as well. So, kudos to that one. So, what we're gonna do next? We got the next one on here. Let me look and see which one it is. Okay, so y'all may be a little upset with me and Ken, but once again, I only randomized once, just one time. Transformers versus the Avatar. And I'm looking at you, Marcus, because Marcus had in a couple episodes he showed us his Beast Wars. He showed us the different Optimus Prime, but I'm just saying.
As much as I love Transformers, but I'm going with Avatar. Like I said, I love Transformers, I do, but this Avatar, I'm sorry, and Avatar is like one of those. If you didn't know, you would think Avatar was an anime. Like the fact that it was made like over here and not Japan or somewhere over there, but it was made here, and it's so good. Like the story, everything about it, like it's so good. I'm going with Avatar, hands down. It's probably my favorite Nickelodeon cartoon ever. It's Avatar. Avatar ain't. Don't get me wrong. Core is nice, but Avatar ain't. I'm going with Avatar.
KB, what you got?
I'm going with Avatar. The Blind Bandit. Hi. Yes, absolutely. Love Toast. But it's the art style, it's the storyline, is basically like teaching kids how to respect different people, even when you disagree with them, and also teaching people sometimes you just gotta run a fade with people. Like sometimes you got no choice, and they gonna have to get hands. And I'm okay with this lesson. So Avatar.
All right. Well, that sometimes you just gotta catch the fade. So so yeah, I'm definitely going Avatar as well. Avatar was a masterpiece. Like it was something where like you got to see different styles of martial arts, and they had different, values and what they believed, and you got to like KB said, you got to see that the differences between the two. So I definitely agree with you guys. So we're gonna go to the next one. And this is a little bit different. So this one, we got Looney Tunes versus Batman the Animated Series. So you got two different things that you got right here. So you got your childhood, you got your humor, your laughter, and you have this complex storyline here. KB, I got your look like, how dare you do that to me? I want to hear what you got to say.
I am disgusted. Oh my god. Why would you do that to me? I thought we were friends. Why would you? I did nothing to earn this disrespect. I just want to point that out. Like I've said nothing controversial to you. I've done nothing to you. I never insulted your. I didn't deserve this. I'm probably gonna catch all types of heat for this, but I'm going with Looney Tunes. I've already said I'm not the biggest DC fan, and controversial take. Don't take my nerd card, but the most interesting thing about Batman is his villains, and I would have liked it more if it were more villain driven.
That's not a bad. I mean, to me, that's not a bad take. I wouldn't say that's a bad take. So, and like Looney Tunes is classic. Like you can't, like, outside of those like classic cartoons, like the beginning, you think of Mickey Mouse, and you go to immediately Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, all those guys. Classic. That being said, though, for me, I and like I said, for me in this situation, I'm going to Batman. I got to go Batman, and for what the Batman animated series it did, like it's been Batman has been keeping DC alive, or DC animated DC movies. Batman has single-handedly has put DC on his shoulders, on his cowl, and been keeping them afloat. If it wasn't for Batman, like we wouldn't some of the stuff that we do get from DC that's decent, we wouldn't be getting. But I'll go with Batman animated series. Go ahead, Kay. I know KB wanted to say something.
I feel like Batman is only keeping them afloat because aside from Superman, he's the only character that they've shown that they care about pushing. Like, writing and development wise, and even from a story standpoint, there are way more interesting characters than Bruce Wayne.
Oh, it definitely is.
The most interesting thing about him is his villains. So I just feel like, yes, he's keeping them afloat, but he's keeping them afloat because that's where they're pouring all their creativity into. So of course he's keeping them afloat. He's where they're putting all their money. But if they start doing that same thing for other characters, it wouldn't be so one-sided.
We had a comic court whether or not Batman was a true hero or not. And just know that you have some kindred spirits when it comes to how people feel about Batman. We'll have to reopen the case. I'll bust out my judge's wig again, so that I can be able to be, or I'm gonna find a Judge Dredd helmet because I'm gonna be some kind of judge every time.
I am.
Yeah, man, I am the law. That's what I want to do. So we are definitely gonna have to talk about that because no lie, there were people that were saying that, hey, Batman is he's traumatized and he's stuck in the same spot that he was as a 9 or 10 year old.
He didn't get the help he needed.
Yeah. Alfred was an enabler for him. But we're not gonna go all that far because that's gonna be completely different when we talk about that. And now I think that the tides kind of changed a little bit because it was like a lot of pro Batman. But we also, that's what we're going to do when we do the review of the Batman, because I like to give everybody that time to watch it, especially if you're not going to go to the movies to go see it. You know, you can be able to go see it on HBO Max, and that comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So then watch it. You guys can watch it. We can talk about it. We can be able to see, because it brings up a lot of those points that people have about Batman, and it's a very good movie. It's 3 hours long, but I think the one thing with Batman, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, is Batman draws a lot of comparisons to me as James Bond, where you know how the Sam Mendes or whatever his name is, the director that's been doing all the James Bond movies with Daniel Craig. He was adamant about not having the gadgets be the focal point of his movies. I think a lot of times the focal point from Batman has gone from being a detective to actually being the person that has all these cool gadgets, and now we need to talk about these gadgets, and that's why they put their money into Batman, because that was their cash cow. Because like you can have Batman, boomerangs, you could have Batman, all this other stuff, but you could have the Batmobile. They had a new Batmobile every time. You had a Bat bike, you had all these other things, and Batman silly string. You know what I mean? So that's where they were getting all their money from. So of course they're gonna put all their money back into that one, because they're like, hey, that sells.
That was KB is not wrong. You're not wrong with your statement. I agree. They do, like, it's so many more interesting characters out there. Like, I really do wish they would have put the time in development. Like, I don't think it was a bad movie, but I really do wish they would have put the time in development. Like Constantine, the movie with Keanu Reeves, was so good. Me personally, Batman is not even my favorite. Like, I love more so the Bat family than Batman himself. Like Jason Todd, Nightwing, but Aquaman. I love Aquaman. I'm a big Aquaman fan. Like, and I was so happy to see that they're gonna give Aquaman a second movie. But like, it's so many more characters outside of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And I understand they're trying to build a DC universe. Those are the three big ones you gotta build. Batman is already there. Like, he's been there. If they can just get Superman, and the second Wonder Woman was, but if they can get those three solidified and keep them going, you can build around them. Just like kind of what Marvel did. Like, you pushed it out. Basically, Iron Man set it off with your universe, and you start picking characters and you start building and plugging in. Thor, Captain America. You got your core solid started, and you start putting other characters around it. If they can just get a solid, saying like I said, I'm not gonna go into it. Yeah, we can. Since this is a different show, we'll talk about it later. But yeah.
See, that's the thing about having an ADD host. Like, we'll go all the way left. Like I remember we were talking. It was on one episode. We were talking about Spiderman No Way Home. We got on Star Wars. How we got on Star Wars, I don't remember. I don't recall. But we were on Star Wars for a good 10 minutes. But we got, I think, one more in the final one. And,
you didn't
I'm definitely going Batman. I'm definitely going Batman. No offense to, like I said, growing up as an 80s baby with ADD, Batman was blowing stuff up. So that was. So
moms and Looney Tunes. You know what? All offense. I take all offense to this, but okay.
Listen, it was A-okay that he was so. There was two things that I really liked as a kid. There was Ninja Turtle toys and Batman toys. And then the thing that was behind that one was, I think, Ghostbusters. But if it wasn't like those things, One time, quick story time real quick. One time I had a ghost trap and like we put it at the bottom or like near the step. My mom was pregnant with my sister. She slid. And after that, we couldn't have any Ghostbusters toys. Mom threw all them away. She said, "Listen, so y'all gonna have these toys all over the place." Little did she know we were just trying to catch ghosts. You know what I'm saying? It was a practical place to put it because ghosts come from the basement.
You're right.
Trying to keep the house safe.
So she
I had every Ghostbuster toy. Just about every Ghostbuster there was. I had Ecto 1. I had the Firehouse. I had all the Ghostbusters. I had a proton pack. I had a life size. I had a proton pack, and I had a trap that I can sit on the proton pack. I had it all, bro. Like I was a huge Ghostbusters fan. Still am. I love Ghostbusters.
We're gonna have to wrap one time about how you felt about the Ghostbuster movie, because I think we talked about it a little bit, but we didn't go into
the newest one.
Yeah.
We can definitely discuss that.
So we'll have to talk about that one. But we're gonna get to this final one of the first round. Powerpuff Girls versus Justice League / Justice League Unlimited. Because they really were one show, but then after that, they finally got money back to them after Justice League Unlimited.
Yes.
So what y'all think? What y'all got? I know if y'all vote off my Powerpuff or y'all vote off my Justice League, I know something. Go ahead. You finna do it. See?
Look, let me see. Because I like Justice.
Can I give you my story? So then that way I can hopefully bring you over to my side. Because
what you got?
I don't like how you're looking at it. So first of all, Justice League, the first season was just pretty much their straight to DVD collection, but they put it on as that. So every episode was a 2-parter at least. But when they actually got to Justice League Unlimited, they introduced to you a whole lot more characters so that people could be able to understand. And really before MCU, it was the DCU with that, because they had like people like Hawk and Dove. They had people like, before anybody knew who the Green Arrow was, they had Green Arrow on there. The Question, all those things. Huntress. So it was something that opened you up to that, but still kept you having those core characters. Because one of my favorite things was at the end of Justice League Unlimited, Superman finally let loose on Darkseid, where he was beating the snot out of him. He was like, "Listen, you're a big guy. I can actually whoop on you." And then he started beating up him so bad that glass was breaking, all the rest of it. Now we think of that as like, oh, okay, he hit him so hard that glass was breaking. But before he did it, we didn't think about it that way. So it opened you up to a whole lot. He was Aladdin. It showed us a whole new world.
Oh man. Okay.
KB looks unimpressed. She looks like nope.
Tomato.
Go ahead, KB. You can go ahead.
I'm going Powerpuff Girls, and again, not a DC fan, so there is a bias here, and I will willingly admit to this. I know most people don't accept their bias, but I live in mine. I just did not care for the characters. I don't like Superman. If he's in anything that you're putting in front of me, I don't want to watch it. I actively hate him. Like, I don't hate Batman. I just don't find him interesting. I actually hate Superman. I will take the Wonder Twins and Underdog before I'll deal with anything with Superman. I hate this man. I said what I said. With that being said, name me another cartoon in which a character caught smoke like Mojo Jojo got smoke. Name me another cartoon that's going to give you a character like him and parents not cause a riot. Like, it was written so well that parents sat there and saw this man on screen and no one was writing letters to anyone. Like, they...
In defense, in the 1990s, parents weren't writing letters about anything. They was just like, sit down and be quiet. So I think we messed it up. The only time I think they ever wrote letters was when like Tommy the Power Ranger left, and then there's kids that wasn't eating. That's the only time they was like, please put that guy back on here. Little Jimmy has not eaten in 3 days.
No. There was a thing with Sesame Street in the early 90s. There was a thing with Bert and Ernie, and then as soon as it started, it stopped, and then it came back up again because they were roommates.
So Powerpuff. All right, Marcus. So what you doing?
Oh man, KB makes some good points. You made some good points as well. I guess I'm the top. I'm the tiebreaker.
Yeah, you're the tiebreaker.
Wait! Before you vote, justice for Jon Stewart. He deserved better, and Justice League definitely could have given him more screen time, and they didn't. They failed him, and therefore failed the Black community.
Oh, so you pulling the black card too? All right. First of all, they didn't have to put him on there because everybody was actually a little upset that they put him on there, but then they showed how awesome he was as a character. So because everybody was thinking either Hal Jordan or Kyle Rayner, and they were like, and they were like, okay, well, we want that. But then they did something different. They actually put a black man in there. They didn't.
They put him there to get Black viewers, and then they were like, here is some clips of him being amazing, but here's all the others. More. No, I'm not sold. You tried to get me, and you didn't because you didn't utilize him enough.
But did they really utilize anybody?
They pandered, and I'm not having it.
They didn't use Batman as much as they usually use him. They didn't really tell any Superman stories at all. You know, Superman was just pretty much muscle.
That's all he is. What is your point?
Listen, I have a Superman tattoo. We can't keep talking about this, all right?
So,
go ahead, Marcus, before we all not end up friends. I'm just playing. But
the Powerpuff Girls, another iconic cartoon. It's hard to go against it because, like you said, nobody got the smoke like Mojo Jojo. Like Mojo Jojo could be buying an ice cream, and the Powerpuff Girls hear about it, they go show up Mojo's ass just because he Mojo Jojo. You gotta say it like that. Mojo Jojo.
I'm not playing
the rowdy. They had the Rowdy Rough Boys. Like it Powerpuff was good. It was cool. However, and I know she said it's pandering. However, for me, I didn't read a whole lot of DC comics, so when I did see when they introduced Jon Stewart, that was my first time hearing of him, finding out about him. Cause I didn't read a whole lot of DC. I mostly about the main ones, and I read mostly Marvel, and finding out the fact they had a black Green Lantern, and made me research and find out how cool Jon Stewart was. I have to give it to Justice League. Also, they did a crossover. Had a little crossover with Static, Static Shock, Static Shock show. So you got a little bit there. So I am going to give it to Justice League.
Oh God, you have me worried there.
It was close. It was, like I said, it was close. Powerpuff Girls. And I'm not even a huge fan of the Powerpuff Girls, but you can't deny how great they are.
Had to put some respect on that. All right, so you guys, we finished the first round. So we did pretty well. Had a couple scares there, but we're gonna go ahead and get to the second round. Find out what's really gonna make it, because now it gets a little bit tougher. You know what I mean? So like the first one is Dexter's Lab versus Spiderman the animated series. And also, people, if you guys are here, if you guys are watching, because some of them jump in and out, definitely, if you guys want to throw your vote in here, go ahead. We want to hear your votes. We want to do everything from that point. But before, I got a great segue. Before we talk about that, there was another cartoon that didn't make the list that actually has a movie coming out in about a week. And we actually have a way for you to get tickets to it. It's a movie giveaway. So we're giving away 3 tickets, which is almost like 6 because Fandango makes you buy at least $15 worth of tickets. So if you go to the right movie theater, you can be able to get that. Only thing you have to do is follow the Blerd Syndicate. And then on that post that you go onto the site on Facebook, they actually have it where you just comment your favorite video game movie and the drawing's on the 8th. So you can do that. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is your favorite video game movie?
It's a toss-up for me between the original Mortal Kombat and do not hate me, but Super Mario Brothers. I know it's a cult classic. I know it's not a great film, okay? It is a terrible movie, but that is what makes it so good. But that's the appeal. It's so bad that it's great.
It's like if you ask, it's like somebody asks, "What's the worst films of all time?" It's not the worst. Dragon Ball Evolution has clearly made that.
I don't know, because the Avatar movie was real bad. Like I would watch Dragon Ball Evolution before I watch that Avatar film.
No. I watch Super Mario Brothers before I watch either one of them. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying. The appeal of that movie lies in the fact that it is god awful.
So for me,
we got to think about the worst video game movies too, because Street Fighter is up there too.
Surprisingly, for me, I actually like Street Fighter. It was no, don't get me wrong. It was bad, but it wasn't a train wreck. Like it wasn't for me. It was.
That's how I felt about the Tekken movie. I felt that about the Tekken movie. Like it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it definitely wasn't good. But it was like watchable.
Yeah, because the you think of the time, the 90s, the actors they chose. Like, I mean, outside of the accent, Van Damme was a pretty good guy. Like he they let Mia I can't think of Mulan, the lady who played Mulan, whatever that plays Chun-Li. She was pretty good. I can't think of her name. But like they you had nice couple, you had some nice characters in there. Like you from the video game. I was gonna say it's a toss up between Mortal Kombat and the original Mortal Kombat, not the one. Like I said, we'll get into that. Like I don't think the new one is trash as everybody says it is. However, but the original Mortal Kombat movie still probably one of the favorites. And I guess we can. I guess you could say the first Sonic movie. The Sonic was actually is really good. The first Sonic movie is really good. Surprise! Like I said, after they went back and fixed
his eyes,
after they bullied him into fixing it, after everybody bullied them into fixing him, yeah.
I'm one of my favorites, and it's in that category, kind of like Super Mario, is the Double Dragon.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that is not great. It's not great at all.
Oh, it's not. It's not. But it's good. It's good. The fact that it had Mark Dacascos in it, like that, him and I think it was Scott Wolf was the other guy. I really like the Double Dragon. I'll sit down and watch it.
We watched it at my house like 2 weeks ago, just because I was thinking about doing this, and I was like, "There's a lot of video game movies," and then once you think about it, and then you're like, "Oh, I've got to see it now." Like it's in there with those like 90s, because 90s martial arts movies were just crazy, and they were bad, but then they were good at the same time. Yeah. It always makes me think of like Surf Ninjas and stuff like that.
Hey,
like
Surf Ninjas is a classic, and if you're talking bad about Surf Ninjas, we got problems.
Well, hey, calm down, big fella. Come on now, come bring it back.
Surf
I'm
Ninjas
right
was-
there. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you,
Surf
buddy.
Ninjas, the three ninjas, like
Mhm.
all the, like I said, they all of them with that right there. I love Surf Ninjas.
90s stuff was all great. So
And
So
I
we
love about
so
Surf Ninjas.
what we're just saying for everybody who is watching that will watch this later on, definitely come back. Go to the Blerd Syndicate. It's facebook.com/join the BS. And then you can be able to just follow us and then write it. Because here's the thing. A lot of these giveaways, members of the Blerd Syndicate get them. I'm tired of giving them money. You know what I mean? I just don't want. I want to give it to
I'm
somebody else. I know you're not. He's gone to a movie or two because of it. I want everybody to be able to have a chance to do it. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to get to the second round, see what we do from here. So, Dexter's Lab versus Spider-Man.
Okay. Once again, Dexter. Dexter is iconic. Like I said, it from the stuff that happened. I'm still going Spider-Man. I'm going Spider-Man.
I hate that my choices have led me to this being a thing, but it. And again, like my man up top said, Dexter is iconic, especially because like they gave you a super smart nerd on TV for you to see. And I can't remember a time animated where that had happened prior to Dexter. Like you had all kinds of jocks, like all the street race, or what was his name, Speed Racer. Like you had those guys. But this was the first time they gave you like an intelligent character that wasn't a villain, and it was like smart to be cool. Like it was cool to be smart, rather. But Spider-Man still wins.
Yeah, Spider-Man for me. So we can't. Yeah, Can we talk about how Spider-Man in this one had real life problems? Like he had rent due. Like being Spider-Man got in the way of his love life. Like couldn't keep a job. All of that. It was all bad.
I do want to say justice for Peter Parker. I hate Mary Jane, and she made his life unnecessarily complicated.
She didn't really know he was. She didn't know he was Spider-Man for a time, so she was just thinking he's flaking. Like we going on a date, and you not showing up, or you showing up late. You know, you running out.
There was literally the whole scene where she was like, "I bet you won't catch me," and jumped off. No, unnecessarily complicated.
I can see that.
And then she was like, "I know now that you'll always catch me." What? What if my web shooter messed up?
Should have dropped her.
What if I had a lot of web fluid? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Well, all right. So the next one,
Black Cat anyway.
Yeah. There we go. Next one, Ninja Turtles versus Young Justice.
Oh Lord.
Ninja Turtles, and it's easy for me.
Oh. Man, why? Okay. Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles. Oh, Jesus.
I'll rock with that one. I mean, it doesn't really matter after that point because y'all had two to, you know what I'm saying? So, Ninja Turtles, so X-Men versus the Avatar.
Oh, wow.
X-Men versus the Avatar.
How did we get here?
I'll tell you, the thing that happened, I randomized one time 3 times, and people didn't like it because it was like Black Panther versus Endgame, and people couldn't make a decision in the first round. They're like, so we got to either give up our black card or we got to give up the end of a whole series. So then they told me to only randomize once. So this is the one time. I randomized
this
twice.
is the second round. This is the second round. So,
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so let's break this down. You got X-Men, great cartoon. You got this. It's X-Men. It's mutants. It's like everybody's favorite. And then we got the Avatar. Oh man.
I got you. I am going Avatar because honestly, X-Men wasn't consistent. So it was great for the first two seasons, maybe.
It was
like the 2 story arcs, 3 maybe. And then after that, once they changed like the animation like company and things like that, they got inconsistent. They weren't really good. The stories weren't as great. Like once they went through the Phoenix Force, once they had the one with what was it? The other one with Mr. Sinister, like where they did that when they took him to Savage Island, I think it was, or whatever it was. Or whatever that island that they went to where it had the dinosaurs and stuff. Where
the Savage Land.
The Savage Land. So I would say Avatar because Avatar was more consistent.
I'm going with X-Men. Your argument is solid. I'm not questioning you here. However, I do think without the storytelling of X-Men, where they're giving you those grown-up themes but trying to make it kind of child-friendly, it's a blueprint for how Avatar storytelling came to be. Just because, again, you have children dealing with adult themes, but now you've made it easier for kids to understand, giving you like the love for the little allusion to a love triangle that never fully formed with Zuko and Katara and Aang being jealous of a perceived relationship that was never even in existence. Like that was built from foundation of things we had in the 90s. So I will go as far as to say if you didn't have X-Men kind of pushing that envelope, Avatar may not exist in the way that it does. And so I'm going with X-Men for that factor of its building. It's a building block for where a lot of cartoons came from after.
Okay. I agree with what KB's saying. I gotta go with Avatar. I really do. I have to. To Wyatt's point, like the Avatar was consistent all the way through, and the episode where they lost Aqua, I was damn near hurt. Like I was hurt. They lost. I was wondering, like, is he gonna get them back? Like I'm like that. Yeah, I'm just Avatar.
All right. So the last one of the second round. This is going to make it to, I guess, the semifinals. Is Batman the Animated Series versus the Justice League / Justice League Unlimited.
Batman. Yeah, he was like, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Like barf.
Give me Batman. The stories were at least better, in my opinion, there.
Well, Justice League, you made it at least past the first round. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I can definitely see that. You know what I mean? It's not nearly as bad. They at least made it that far. So,
and with Batman, you got one of the greatest, probably animated, cartoon movies with the Mask of Phantasm. Like that's still highly rated as one of the like overall like animated, especially comic book movies, animated comic book movies. Like that's one of the top tier ones out there.
Yeah, that one, it showed you that Batman wasn't the only one that couldn't let go of vengeance, and that was in revenge because like they could have lived happily ever after, but old girl was like, nah, I got to get this dude. So yeah, it is what it is in that situation though. So now what's gonna make it? We're in the semifinals. What's gonna make it to the finals here? So we have Spider-Man, the animated series, versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yep. It's coming down to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. The simple reason is because they had the secret wars that they had going on with the different versions of Spider-Man. That was amazing, and it gave you a first look at a multiverse and it was just with Spider-Man, and the fact that they had the Iron Spider, or the Iron Man Spider-Man, because the Iron Spider is totally different now, but the ones where his mutation wasn't under control.
Yeah,
he took out like 2 or 3 of their members. They was like, "Bruh, come on, you could keep this in check. Why'd you have to send him? Like, out of all of them, the one that had the Doc Ock headband and the arms and stuff like that." So that's the one that I'm gonna have to do, because I remember that one more. And then especially when he found out that Mary Jane was a water clone. And so then after that, that's how they left us. They're like, I got to go across these universes to find Mary Jane. So Spider-Man.
He should have left her there. But Spider-Man also gets my vote.
There's no real need for me to vote, but I'm going to go with Turtles. Just because, you guys went Spider-Man, so I'm going to go with Turtles.
Now, this one, to me, is going to be the fight night of the night, the main event. Like, this one is the one that really, it's Batman versus Avatar.
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 Yo, I'm trying to build up suspense and everything.
We not having it.
All right. I mean, I guess 2 to 1.
You would have went with Batman. I know.
I would have gone for Batman, man. Like, Batman had some great stories. Like, he was the one that first told us, just like you were saying beforehand, he was the one that gave us those storylines that could be able to make this all possible for like the Spider-Man, for the avatars and those things. Because, I mean, he was that dude. I mean, but y'all over here like, oh, Avatar, just hands down. Y'all didn't even give me a chance to get it out my mouth.
Absolutely not. Just hit him with some water bending and he's done.
Or any other kind of bending in that situation.
I was specifically thinking blood bending, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh wow.
Cold-blooded.
Exactly. Wow.
She was like, I'm bending blood and everything like that. So, all right, well. So here it is. We're in the finals. The main event. Spider-Man versus Avatar. I have a feeling.
Avatar.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Wyatt. I'm trying to think.
I'm thinking too, bro.
Okay.
Because Spider-Man went through so much, man. And like, in my opinion, I think Spider-Man is more alone than Batman is. Like, he is one of the loneliest characters in comics because of the fact that he has to do so much. And like, unlike Batman
chooses to be alone.
Yeah, but then the thing is with Spider-Man actually had an opportunity to stop Uncle Ben from being murdered. Like, as a 10-year-old, you can't stop a grown man with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're Damian Wayne. But like, short of that, like, so it's not rational for him to feel like, oh man, I got to do this. Spider-Man has some deeper stuff, and I can deal with that. I'm gonna go Spider-Man. I gotta give him love.
Hold on. I just want to ask this question, because if we're talking storytelling, to use the same argument that you used against me not 10 minutes ago, Avatar's storytelling was actually more consistent than the storytelling with Spider-Man. Spider-Man had 1 or 2 stories or episodes where you're just kind of like, You're gonna watch it because of Spider-Man, but do you remember it? Whereas with Avatar, I'm pretty sure you remember like book 1 all the way to the end. Like, there's a lot more moments in Avatar that hit you right in the gut than Spider-Man. And he was a child. Aang lost everyone at like the age of 12. So yes, Peter's alone, but Peter is a grown man who is alone. Aang is a child, and he ain't even got his mama to hug him.
Bring up very valid points. Marcus, what you gonna do? He's going down.
So Avatar was great, and like KBG was just saying, man, you got so much, like so many more, like just stories that hit you. Like I said, like I just said a few minutes ago about when they lost Appa, like the one last where Aang had to infiltrate where he was basically in the Fire Nation, like going around, grew his hair and things like that. But
little soldier boy come marching home. Come on.
But you know what? There's no way. It's Avatar. It's Avatar.
All right. Well, I mean, I can't get mad about that, man. Like, they're great stories. Like you said, Avatar is a really complete like story that comes along with it. So I can't be like, oh, you know what I mean? But Spider-Man, I think, well, first of all, I feel like he saved Marvel a little bit.
He did.
Blade really saved him money-wise, but story-wise, that's what saved him. Yeah. We don't talk about the third one. We don't talk about Bruno.
The preview of Deadpool. We got the low key. That's what it was. Like you low key. That's what. Mm-hmm. That's the character he played in that movie is basically Deadpool.
Yep. Here's my thing. I think Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds in certain activities, just like The Rock plays The Rock in certain activities. Like if The Rock was an archaeologist, here's how he would play it. You know what I mean? So
that man's a national treasure.
Yeah,
national treasure.
He is. So Avatar is the winner. So what I think we're gonna do sometime soon, we're gonna put together another bracket. But this time, since we did cartoons, I'd like to do an anime bracket. So then we can be able to see now those are gonna be fighting words because I'm pretty it's gonna be great. So cartoons have been finished. We went with Avatar. For people watching this later on, I want to hear it, whether or not you thought we got it right, who you thought should have actually won. Did you think the Powerpuff Girls should have definitely beat out Justice League? Do you think?
Yes, they should have.
Huh?
Yes, they should have. I'm hurt.
But it wasn't gonna get past Batman, so I mean,
it wasn't, but it's fine.
It's just like when I argued about Young Justice. I knew it wasn't going to get out the second round. Like I was like, I just wanted to make him get past this one round.
Yeah.
And then I could be. It's just like how it is in basketball. Like you know that your team's not going to make it all the way to the Final Four. You just want to make sure that they at least have a good showing, and you can't get knocked out in the first round. Yeah, but we had plans to do a 64. Where we broke it down in 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and 2010s. This one, which was a 16 one, that took an hour and 10 minutes. We'd have been here all damn night. So,
what I could say, or what I would say is like maybe we every year or every we do like next year we do another cartoon tournament with different cartoons. Ones that we didn't include, like I could guess like SWAT cats. We put the ghosts, we can like stuff like that. Add one. Maybe we do another 16 tournament with like I said, just different cartoons we didn't choose this time. Maybe we can do that next year. Something like that.
I'll say we do it like every 4 months. So that way when it comes like to the beginning of next year, then we can take all of the winners and put them in a bracket. Because I mean, we're literally like, this is the last day of March, so you can do it every 3 or 4 months and still make it.
That's very good point, KB. Yo, also, really big announcement. We're going to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Yeah, I met. It's one of those. So we're gonna have a booth. We're gonna have a table where we can be able to come kick it with us, enjoy the time. We'll have some giveaways. We'll have some stuff. We got like bottles that we got. We're gonna have wristbands. We're gonna have a lot of stuff. So come by, holler at us, and have a great time. The other thing that I just realized, we have been doing with the BS for, as of tomorrow, a whole year. So we grew from having just 2 or 3 people to now we have like close to 800 followers. So I wanted to say thank you for that. We really appreciate it. And yeah, it's just been a really good time having this and meeting new people, having great conversations about stuff that we all love. So definitely I wanted to say thank you for everybody who's taken the time, watched the video, clicked a like, followed us. It really means a lot.
Shout outs to y'all for keeping that going, because I know this is not like an easy thing to maintain, especially with life going on as it happens for everyone. So shout out to you, clap for yourself and everybody else that's helped you build that platform, you know, because you definitely deserve like a round of applause.
Appreciate it. And I just wanted to have people who enjoy the same things that I do have a platform to be able to speak about it. You know what I mean? Like and then everybody that's in this group is just amazing in their own right. So it's not like everybody has their own niche. Everybody has their own thing that they really, really like. So then it makes it easier so that you can be able to talk about this or have a different opinion about that. Because never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd find people that did not like Batman. And there's a bunch of them on the team. Then there's other people who, you know, may like this certain type of anime or may not even get into another type of anime. But like it's all great that we have these people from different walks of life to be able to talk and enjoy themselves. So that's what my goal is, and giving everybody that platform to be able to do whatever they do and do it, you know, and have fun with it. So I appreciate everybody for that point.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If I come back on the show with like an anti-Superman, are you gonna mute me? Cause I don't like. I'm gonna get an anti-Superman jersey made. I just don't like him, and I just need to make sure that you're not gonna mute me or like draw a big X over my face.
So if you come in here with a anti-Superman shirt, you know, you're gonna be able to talk. But if you happen to have connection issues, it's not really on me. You know what I'm saying? I can't really stop that from happening. You got to talk to Comcast. You got to talk to whoever, you know, that internet provider. But no, man, like I like everybody to talk their stuff. Like when we had somebody to do that, like that's why I want to have comic courts. So like if you don't like Superman, I can be able, like you can be against Superman and I can be for him. And then we can have these conversations and have the people or have the other members of the BS be like either yay or nay. Because I understand Superman is not an exciting character, but it's the ideals that make him good for me because of the fact that he's the best of the best. You know what I mean? But then that doesn't, as far as strength, you know, he doesn't have any flaws in his character. So, you know, that we'll talk about it because you keep giving me these looks. You keep giving me these looks, and you ready to start up again. You are with the BS, definitely.
I'm just saying, no flaws in the character, but yet we have a whole Injustice storyline in which he is a villain. So I don't think your statement's valid, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Okay. That was an alternate one, but out of his 80 some odd years.
To be honest, the Injustice storyline is Batman's fault. I said it. It's
It is.
Had he put down the Joker, that would have happened.
To his point, Superman didn't want him dead at first. So can you really blame Batman for trying to do what his friends wanted him to do in the first place?
When does Batman do what his friends want him to do?
He was trying to be better. He was in therapy, I guess, and he was trying to get his life.
I don't believe that. This man has a contingency plan for everyone in the Justice League. We saw that in a movie. They did a movie about it. I can't think of the name of the movie. It was an animated movie. Everything that was going on to the other people, it was because they're playing. He's playing one. I forgot the bad guy's name.
Doom.
Or the villain's name. It may have been Doom, but it was I forgot the accident. He broke Savage. In. It was I think it was Doom. It was Vandal Savage, but it was the villain they used. He could like break into. He would like go invisible, or so he could do something. Or he broke in, stole Batman's plans, and the League of Doom basically put all that in action. They figured out how to destroy or beat everyone in the Justice League, and it damn near happened. And it's all because Batman's contingency plan that he has for everyone. And don't get me wrong, you with everybody but you pretty much having some type of superpower, you need a way. If they do turn, you need a way to take them down.
If they start,
like I'm not saying he's wrong.
Your ass, you need to find a way to get away from them.
I'm just saying, because that ain't gonna work. Like you said, Superman was to go evil. Like who's gonna stop him? Literally, basically, like you would have to beg and plead the dark side to maybe help or get not dark side, but
the Wonder Twins can take
him. Okay, take him. Yeah, take him out to eat maybe.
They still took him. He counts. I don't like him, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind. I hate him. But I like you.
Another quick side note: Morbius comes out Friday.
Yeah, so we'll look at that one. I don't have high hopes for it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I don't like to listen to reviews, but I don't have high hopes on it.
I haven't.
Because I just feel like it's a money grab. You know what I'm saying? It's not Sony's like, listen, we don't have but these few characters, and Spider-Man's doing great. So because it's Spider-Man adjacent, we're gonna go ahead and try to make this money from this point. We don't have Tom Holland.
The only thing I can think of is if they're trying to do their own universe. And from what one of the Spider-Mans are gonna be in it.
I don't.
Is it? It's like he's gonna do like a cameo. Is it? I heard
it may be a cameo, but it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna sit through a 2.5 hour cameo for a 30 seconds.
No.
But yeah,
I know that, but I'm expecting like because I think it's not in the. They were saying that it's not in the same universe as the Tom Holland Spider-Man. They were saying it was in one of the other Spider-Man universes. That's why I say he may make a. Someone was saying that.
Yeah, it was.
Spider-Man was going to make a cameo.
He's supposed to be in Andrew Garfield's because there have been rumors about bringing him back, but I've seen nothing that's concrete.
I wish they should. I tell you, Andrew Garfield still is my favorite Spider-Man. Like has been, he's my favorite. But,
the only thing I wish they would do is not make him like he was like a 25-year-old in high school. But that was it. Everything else, like I liked how and like some people didn't like the fact that they were they changed the suit up. But I liked the suit. You know what I mean? But
I did too.
But yeah. So definitely, you guys, this was a great time. I appreciate KB you coming on. You're definitely more than welcome to talk your BS whenever you want to, even if it is about Superman. So yeah.
I appreciate you bringing me on, man. I appreciate you bringing me into like the group as a whole. Everybody has been so welcoming and kind. And this was honestly a lot of fun. I'm normally very shy and don't like to be on camera in front of things, so this was a good way to like immerse myself in it because I can't see anyone other than you guys talking to me.
Mhm.
So not being able to see like other people watching me is great. I know that they're there, but I'm okay with that because I don't have to see it. So I like this. This is fun.
Well, definitely. We'll have to do something else. We'll come up with some more stuff. I know here probably next week we'll probably do like a review over WrestleMania because that's coming up this weekend. And then we'll probably do some other stuff where we put together just some fun stuff that we can talk about. So I know next couple episodes we got the Batman that we'll talk about, WrestleMania. We got all these fun things that we can talk about. And so if you guys want to talk about something and we're talking to the viewers that are watching, come and comment below. We definitely take a look at that. And if you want to be on an episode, we can talk and have fun too. So for everyone here, we want to say once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with us. We want you to be like the Hulk and smash the follow button and then share. And we'll love you like little baby Stark for 3,000. Love you 3,000. I messed that all up, but it's all good. So you guys have a great night, okay?